So overall, the performance on the PS5 Pro, whether it's on PS5, Xbox Series, or the PC, the game runs incredible. For a day one game, this is actually very, very nice. Much better than Expeditions. SnowRunner was even janky 5 years ago when it came out. It's also important to note that there are no PS5 Pro enhancements, but I still felt the need to share with you the specific platform that I'm on. The only negative that I have, which is what I want to show you here, is something that Carrick from ACG talked about as well on his PC review. However, there is a way to circumvent that on the PS5 here, and I'll show you that in a moment. It has to do with nearby objects in their popping in of texture, or not pop in texture, sorry. The rendering in of objects when it comes to branches and rocks. So if you look right above the hood of the car, the truck, the goddamn roof, and I zoom in, look above the roof, between the roof and the pole line in front of me. You could see all of that disappearing as I just zoom in the camera. Okay? It's just gone. You won't get that with further objects. So overall, the rendering of the entire game is actually incredible, except for those minor things that are really close by that you could find distracting. So now I'm going to show you what happens when you put it in quality mode. Same angle. There's virtually no popping. Okay? So you can get around it. However, and we're going to get into some gameplay in a moment here. However, I do want to mention that I've played Forza Horizon 5 before on my Xbox Series X when I had one before I just hard swapped to PC and PS5 Pro. I would play on the quality mode, and it's a racing game. And I was still able to play that game. It was very playable. For some reason, the 30 FPS in this game, and I've talked about this before, it is a little wee bit less responsive. You may have to turn up the sensitivity, on the driving. Because I turned it down because I felt it was too sensitive for performance mode. I just find it slightly less responsive. It's more sluggish, but the pop-in is gone, and that's why I wanted to drive around, kind of show this to you really quick, just going up and down the same road. Again, this is in quality mode. It absolutely looks amazing. It's phenomenal. Now what I'm going to do is pretty simple. I'm going to go back to performance mode. This is what I was talking about, the controls. I have the sensitivity all the way down to 0.4. Normally it's on 1.0. Now we're in performance. Feels much smoother. And again, some spots, some roads, some rocks will showcase that popping in worse than other areas. They may have also fixed a lot of it as well. But see, you could see it if you look for it. Now, I'm not really nitpicking. All I'm doing is just being transparent with how this looks, with how the game performs overall. I want to be fully transparent and unbiased so that when you're thinking of buying the game and you're wondering of any little hiccups, any little thing that could potentially bother you, that is the only thing, like I said, that I have to talk about in this game. And I'll be honest, for me, it's a minor thing from what I've seen. It really is. If I were to take a look at the game, helps if I do this properly, and I go to information. We're already on our second update here. When Carrick from ACG played it, it may have been a review copy. I'm not too sure if it had these updates or whatever, but it could very well be that they addressed that. Now again, if there was a PS5 Pro version, which there isn't, like an enhancement, then chances are we would have the quality mode running at 60 FPS and then there would be zero pop-in, but that is only a very small percentage of the population that has that. Yeah, so there's still some physics. Anyways, 5 minutes, a little bit too long of a video. I was kind of hoping this was going to be shorter, But there is some good news here. This is a fantastic looking game, fantastic performing game across all platforms. Just that little wee bit thing about the pop-in in certain areas with certain assets. Whereas here, when I do it, I don't even notice anything popping in or popping out. So it's not even going to be in every single spot that you go. Again, Expeditions was absolutely awful. The textures would actually disappear and it would look like clay. It was unreal. Thumbs up as always if you liked the video. It does greatly help support that channel with the algorithm. If you didn't like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs down, and I'll bend it in half. I'll twist it. I'll break it off in your ass. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, naturally that would be great. But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care. And if I'm lucky, maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.